All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun white trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's going on, everyone? ACAP24 here, and today we're going to talk about cover 2 man and how to ensure that you always have somebody open for an easy throw, or at the very least, get the user to have to get out of the middle of the field to cover him to allow us to attack anywhere on the field for easy gains. I'm going to show you what route I like to do in conjunction with this tactic in order to make sure that I have the best ability to beat cover 2 man and get people out of it, okay? So what I'm going to do here is call any play. Right? It does not matter. I'll call speed dig just to kind of show you here. And the tactic is taking somebody and putting them on a drag and motioning them to a spot where they're going to have a delayed route and have a speed burst to go across the field. This can work with no abilities, but when you have an ability on your player that corresponds where you go and hike it, it's going to give you a nice speed burst and really torch his man. So what I'm going to do here is take Gronkowski. He has short in elite. And if I go and motion him to the left-hand side and hike it where he's in between the numbers so that he activates the short in elite, he's going to get a nice speed burst across the field, and you can see that he's going to absolutely torch his man. See how he goes across the field, easy throw, and you can see how this is going to get open every single time. You're going to be able to have a lot of success with this just by running this, right? The user's going to have to cover it eventually, or even at the first time, and that's where the rest of the field is going to be open for you, depending on basically what you're running, right? So if I go ahead and do this again, right, and I just want to show you here with Gronkowski how this is going to work. I'm going to move this guy over. You can see here that he's going to go outside. He's going to beat his man across the field. Easy catch, get up the field, and you get yourself, a ton of yards, right? Now, this doesn't just work with short in elite. This works with short out elite as well. So somebody like Scary Terry here, that I want to make sure that I want to get him underneath. Just say we're doing this to where we want to get him underneath to the left-hand side. I'm going to move him here. You can see he's going to go up the field, have that little speed burst, go across the field, easy catch, and you're good to go. So when you know that this guy's always going to be open, you can hit him right away. I mean, the user's typically not going to be on the left side, on the right side over here, they're going to cover the middle of the field. So this short out one is really, really good. I can go right here. Once he goes by him, I can throw it really, really quickly and get myself some easy yards if the user's not over there, right? We're depicting where the user has to play in order to make this work. Now, this can work on any play, right? I want to, kind of make sure that we hammer that in. So I'm going to go to, a formation like spread double flex, right? And I'll call play like slot outs. Now with slot outs, the reason why I'm doing this is because it also has the RB on his route, which is really, really nice because if I was to do something like this to where I put Gronkowski on, I'll make sure everybody's in their spots, the short, and I go and motion him across the field, I have the ability to always go ahead and move this guy over here. A's going to beat his man, easy throw over here, right? Now, the route that I really like to be in conjunction with this is the route that's by the running back. I'm just going to put him on the left hash so I have a little bit better opportunity of having him light up on a short in. So a Texas route with this, what you'll see is that you're going to have a lot of 1-2 punches that you're going to be able to kind of drive people off the ball, right? So here goes up the field. This guy goes over here. Now you can see how this Texas route is going to get open. The user has to pick one or the other. Right, this is probably a bad example because it's so spread, and I didn't get Gronkowski to light up on the left side because I was on there. I'll do it in the middle of the field so it's easier for you to see. But in other formations where maybe they're not as spread, you combine these two routes together. Both of them are going to cut in their spots together, and you can see here that Gronkowski is going to go up the field, get this easy throw here, and you're just kind of taking one or the other, right? This works with a lot of other routes as well, right? If I go here and if you know some routes that are in your playbook that are really, really good when it beats these types of things, you can utilize those in your best of ability. Like another one of those would be this route by the 4 verticals, by this red route, right? The red route is one that gets open really, really easily against cover 2 man. So if you wanted to do something to where you go and, take Gronkowski and motion and hike it, right? Motion hike it. You can see here that he's going to go back one way, and you can see here that the Y route gets open right over here. And you got yourself an easy 1-2. So if the user's not in the middle right away, we throw it to him. If he is, then you can see how we have the ability to throw it underneath. So when you have routes that are going to get open that the user has to cover, so like this route here, 17, he's going to beat his man pretty easily. Now we have the ability that if they're in the middle of the field, we just throw it to 87. If they're not in the middle of the field, we throw it to him, right? So we've got two guys that are pretty open, right? There are a ton of other routes that are, able to do this, that really give you that ability to attack. We show in one of our game plans this post dig play, right? The post dig is one of those routes that I really, really like because it can beat cover two man over the top when it gets a speed burst from the outside guy when it comes to short out elite. Now, I could do some different things here where I can now make sure that I've got the ability to hit this A route on this. And if I get the user to have to cover it, right? Now I got the ability to do that. I can go ahead and bomb this over the top and the user can't do it. Obviously I overthrew him, but that guy's gonna split both players and get open as well. So when you start looking at saying, if I can always get the user to have to cover this motion drag, everything else is open for you. And it's a really nice way of beating cover two man where a lot of people sit in it and have a lot of problems going ahead and trying to stop it. And that's why I really like it in this regard. Do keep in mind that sometimes with inside shades that can take away that route boost. So that way it's going to be a little bit tougher. So that's why I like to have in my mind, the short out as well, because that way I know that if they don't have any inside shades on those guys on the outside or outside shades, which most people don't, you're gonna be able to attack that way. So this is kind of a little quick tip for you guys to be able to beat cover two man all the time. If you want to see how this type of stuff can be utilized in game plans, go ahead and check out our website. $9.95 basically unlocks all the game plans. Our last one I did in the Chargers playbook did highlight a lot of the stuff, simple stuff where you can do motion to the right side. And you can see here when he motions it this way, has that same opportunity to beat him to the left side and still have more opportunities either way, right? So when you look at what you can do with formations and how you can pin these two together, you're going to see how you can have a lot of success. So go ahead and check that out if you guys are interested. Appreciate y'all, and we'll catch you on the next video.